Welcome to the fucking show.
Welcome to the show, have a seat, my nigga, recline back. Real niggas making a speech, so acknowledge that I never turn bitch to the op, and I can promise that this 4 nickel tucked on my hip, that bitch Obama black. See a target, lock onto it. Then hey everybody, welcome back to Black Minds. I got Mr. Anderson with me as always, Jay Moore, and I got Alan, of course. Man, hope everybody's having a wonderful Saturday here. Everybody's vibrating high, everybody's frequency's on a good level, and everybody's energy's positive and, you know, where it needs to be. Jay Moore, anything you want to share with the people?
Oh man, how everybody doing? I hope everybody having a good path day, you know, and enjoying yourself and feeling good, especially after your holiday. Just wanted to let everybody know, you know, I've been focusing a little bit on more of the wording that we choose to speak. So if you notice, I said path day, and the breakdown of why I said path is because with path it breaks down to ordered course of action and conduct, as opposed to the normal W word that we use all the time describing that time of the, you know, of that path. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to choose to welcome everybody and greet everybody with Happy Path Day, and I hope everybody doing good.
Alan, anything you want to say to the people?
Oh no, man, just beautiful holiday, man. Just being, whatever you want to call it, Turkey Day, Indigenous Day, however you
ain't good.
Just make sure that you kick it with your family.
Right.
Mr. Anderson?
Yeah, man. Just want to say what's up to the people, man.
With what Jay Moore said, that's a show we will actually have here in the near future with the spelling and grammar that we use. I'll actually say a couple of the words. He's talking about weekdays and weekends. And, when you really listen to the words, a weekday, you're in a weekdays, or your weekend. So that's a show we'll have, later in the future. We'll talk about spelling and casting spells and grammar and grimoires and stuff like that. So really appreciate Jay Moore for, changing our path, as we should say now.
Yes.
Right.
Mr. Anderson, you want to get us started with any child trafficking arrests you have this week?
Yeah, man. Let's see. We got a story out of Colorado. Aurora, Colorado. The police department, Internet Crimes Against Children, has arrested a repeat offender, exploitation of a child. Brandon James Christensen, age 40, was arrested on a warrant at his home last Friday.
Okay.
This source is CBS News. They've got his address in here if you want to go look at it.
Okay.
He's facing 3 counts of exploitation of a child, a felony. He's supposed to get an enhancer on the sentencing because, again, he's a habitual offender. Says he's been released on a $50,000 bond.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
repeat
gets to
offender.
us, and still,
Depends on who the judge is. It seems like not a good one.
Yeah, Jay Moore, you want to say anything about that story there? That
yeah,
sucks, bro.
With stories like that, of course, we try to bring the news and get everybody updated, and just bring everybody abreast of certain things. But we've noticed a repeated thing when it comes to a lot of the situations with human trafficking, child sex trafficking, child abuse, human abuse. These guys are habitual, repeated offenders, and it seems like they're always okay to get a bond, and it seems like they're not maybe issuing a high enough bond, or as we've discussed on the show, why are you being issued bonds for certain things if you're habitual, if you're continuously doing harm to children in any manner, of course, abuse or sexual. Why are we giving you the option to be back on the street free to do it again until we have time to bring you into the court system?
Yeah.
If you're habitual. So
Yeah.
that just bothers me that we keep coming across that.
Yeah,
Especially this, they said they had a warrant against him, so that means they was already looking for him once.
And from what our experience in life, you got a warrant, then you get caught doing something else. You're not given a bond because you having that warrant already through that first initial bond,
Yeah.
the way that
Yeah.
you were already out on, now that you have a new case, they're not going to grant you no bond because you've already broke it.
Bro, if it was us, they'd leave us in jail. If
Oh,
it
of
was like a
course, of
suspended driver's license or
Yep.
something.
Oh, I mean, they're
Yep.
going to broke every
Of course.
bond possible for
It's
something simple
ridiculous.
for us.
Yeah, man, I got an article here. This is Bardstown, Kentucky.
Okay.
A Nelson County woman is accused of running an unlicensed daycare. Caitlin Rogers, 45, of Bloomfield, was arrested Thursday and indicted for human trafficking, criminal abuse, and other charges. Nelson County Sheriff's Office deputies say she forced a woman to work without pay for 4 months and used intimidation to compel her to continue labor. She's also accused of abusing a young child, with court documents saying she caused acts of torture, confinement, and other cruel punishments. Documents say she tampered with evidence, altering video and deleting text messages to hinder the police investigation. Rogers is scheduled to be arraigned December 5th at 9 a.m. And this is in Bardstown, Kentucky. Well, this is a Kentucky article. Caitlin Rogers, 45. And you can find this article on WLKY.com, which is like CBS Kentucky or something.
Okay. I have a story out of Ames, Iowa.
Okay.
Guy named Carl Dave Markley, a former licensed nurse practitioner and business owner. He's pled guilty to 15 counts of sex trafficking by fraud and coercion. He was including telling young men that were working for him that he needed them to perform different sexual acts. He was recording these guys. He was actually paying them as well, lying to them, telling them that he needed this for research and study and for certifications. And these research studies were being paid from a third party. He had these young boys doing different sexual acts to themselves as well as with each other, as well as Mr. Markley engaged with these young men on many of the different occasions and things like that. I'll keep this short and sweet because it's a little bit lengthy, but he's going to be sentenced March 24th, 2025, and he's going to be charged for those 15 different sex trafficking counts, and he's facing 15 years mandatory minimum term of imprisonment and a maximum term of life.
So he just
Where can we find that article again, Jay
And
Moore?
this was on the United States Attorney's Office, Southern District of Iowa.
Okay.
So this is coming straight from their court legal system.
Yeah, he just a sicko then. Because remember that episode of Different Strokes? When Arnold went to the bike shop, the man was recording him and stuff. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
You're right.
Yeah.
You're
Just some
right,
sicko
you're
shit.
Right. You're
That's
right.
what it
You're
is.
right.
Yeah, man. Wow. So yeah, I mean, as like Anderson just said,
Right.
it's been going on forever, man.
I mean, it is, and I really appreciate for the ones to get apprehended for their dealings, but again, like Alan brought to our attention, and we're trying to spread on that. It's still a lot of missing children, and it's still a lot of names that we don't know. It's still a lot of people not arrested. So again, if anybody knows anything, anybody sees anything, anybody hears anything, dealing with our children, they're our future. Dealing with us, we're still our future as long as we're alive. We got to protect ourselves. So keep your eyes, keep your ears, speak up.
Yeah. Yep.
Check your state attorney general's office and different websites, and remember some of those pictures in case you're out and you see somebody.
Mm-hmm. And everybody that's tuning in, this show is for entertainment purposes only. Yeah, I guess we can get to the world news. Anything you guys want to talk about or jump right into? I got a couple things here, but I'll let someone else start off.
Oh no, maybe you could segue off of what I wanted to bring up.
Okay.
Of course, I wanted to speak on the wars, and to start with, after the delinquency that went on, discrepancy last week that went on with Biden allowing Ukraine to use long-range missiles against Russia, which was not a smart idea. And again, they weren't using these long-range missiles in attack, so it didn't make any sense to me, as well as when I brought it to you guys' attention, was since it made, of course, him going out of office to heighten the war when there's been so many attempts to quiet it. And here recently, a 60-day ceasefire was brought up with Israel and Iran, mistakenly. And looking into it, come to find out, it was still some action after this 60-day ceasefire over here in Iran. Some people were attacked, and they were trying to, basically put the hold up and say, no, this is not going to affect the ceasefire. We're still going to keep it in play because people are still hot, heavy trigger on the fire, ready to go. So I'm thinking that after this 60-day ceasefire, if they stop sneaking up and still doing stuff, I'm hoping that they won't go back to the war or anything like that. But it's looking like they still have, because after they lost their prime minister, they're still a little pissed off about that. I don't think they're going to let that go. So with this 60-day ceasefire, I think it's just going to be a regroup of how to go back into the war, honestly. Because when you think about it, a 60-day ceasefire, and it's been going on for how long? And a ceasefire.
Yeah.
Why you putting a limit on how long? Okay, we're going to stop killing each other for right now. Let's regroup. That don't sound good. And it's going down when you jump over to the other war with Russia and Ukraine over there. It's sending missiles back and forth at each other. And like I said, Russia sent over the ICBM, the intercontinental ballistics missile, which was empty but still destroyed.
Right.
And then Putin came back out and had a couple other few choice words about how he feels about moving forward with this nuclear push that he has. Have you heard anything that you may want to add with Putin here coming out saying any new information?
Yeah, actually, you know that. He did a press conference. Maybe it may have been yesterday, day before or yesterday.
It was day before, and
which I like the press conferences and everything like that, but I hope they're really telling us what he's really saying.
The translators.
The translators,
right.
yeah. From the press conference though, it was awesome. It was awesome, man. He expressed how he felt about the world in general. He expressed how he felt about America.
Yes,
he expressed about what he felt was going on here and what this administration is doing to pretty much, he said he felt like Biden was trying to bait him into a war.
He was creating additional difficulties for the incoming administration, is one of the things he said.
Yep.
Specific, got you.
So it's like, please, if you guys have time, go check it out. Putin did a press conference. Yeah, I think it was the day before yesterday.
Yeah.
And it's not long. It's really not too long. I think it's about 30 minutes or so. It's not long at all.
Yeah.
But he talks about how he felt like Trump life is still in danger. He talked about how our government used tactics that Russian mobsters don't use. He talked about how, the government went after children and this and that, and he was like, when it comes to the Russian mafia, we don't go after women and children. Like, we have some type of, respect and disdain. Yeah, and it's just, he was saying some great stuff if this is really what he was saying.
Right.
And he also said, man, he ready to end the war. He was like,
He said, all the stuff that he went through, the assassinations, the trials, and all that stuff. He said, that he's confident that he would come up with a solution, after going through all that stuff.
And he as well said that United States is pushing the war.
Yeah.
Did you catch what
this
he said?
administration?
If y'all didn't catch it, again, if it wasn't for Biden sending the authority over there to Ukraine to go ahead and use them long-range missiles, he wouldn't have did what he did, and he wouldn't be lowering the threshold for nuclear war. He wouldn't be sitting over there saying, hey, look, I got this artillery, I will use it. Like, I don't know what you think this is. I'm controlling my war. This is my fight. Don't antagonize, because now, you know, and don't nobody really want to war and die, but, you know, they try to put their foot down for some reason, territorializing and trying to take over certain things for their own reasons. We know Israel and a bunch of people been going back and forth. Russia been going back and forth for other countries for a while. It's not our fight. It's not. So if they want to fight and if they want to seize their own fire, I keep saying the United States should not be involved, which is really why it pissed me off that Biden going to send our weaponry to go blow some shit up like that. Like, that made no sense.
And the people around him, what are they doing? They letting him do this stuff. He wasn't fit enough to run again, but you letting him, you know, cause problems and injure people with these missiles.
He couldn't clear a sentence. He couldn't stand up. He couldn't walk up steps. He, like you said, he had to bow out of the ring. Let Kamala jump in, but you giving authority and the okay. I mean, I know it's just more than
this
him
is
to give
war
the okay.
we're talking about, though.
So you see people real colors. You know how they get down during election time. So you see people real colors after the election.
Yeah. There you go.
And I want to say this. I don't feel there's nothing wrong with America helping our allies to a certain extent, right?
I do not see a problem with helping.
But it's like, there's, like we said it last show, there's a such thing as being taken advantage of and doing too much, overextending, you know. If you're in a war for a certain amount of time and you feel like, all right, our troops don't really need to be here no more, it's not our war, it's time to leave it alone. It's like, if that's what they want to do, you know, that's what you want to do. We help to a certain extent, we're done, you know. That's just where I'm at with it. I believe, you know, there's nothing wrong with helping the allies, but to a certain extent. I wouldn't be going to war for years and years and years. I think 3-4 years is like the max helping an ally.
And that's a lot.
And that's a long time.
Because how many millions and billions of dollars that taxpayers, they're still taking that money that, I mean, our money goes everywhere in this country. You best believe our money is going towards military, this and that. Yeah, they're getting funded and they got their own government money, but they taking our money. Where your money go? Do it go toward that street that you got to drive down every day when you leave work? They got that pothole that you just can't miss because it's right in that rock.
And it's been there for 5 to 10 years.
You know what I'm saying? The Family Dollar or your gas station that's falling apart, your money ain't going there. So, you know.
Schools.
There you go.
It's trying to make it look like they're doing something while they're throwing the money over wherever they want to.
Yeah.
You remember when we was in school, our books was from the 70s and 60s.
Right.
Come on, bro.
That's why the kids don't know how to write in cursive and stuff.
We was flipping books. We looking at people. Man, somebody signed this out in 72.
You're right.
He right on for sure.
So our money don't go to nothing but what they wanted to. So.
Until we have to do something about it as a people, or elect the right people to do something about it. So we'll see what this administration is. They got money. So hopefully they ain't trying to smuggle money and pay off other countries, which I highly doubt. Anderson, anything you wanted to go over regarding what we're talking about with Putin? Because I know he did say he is ready to end the war, bro. I was saying that before Jay Moore brought up the other thing regarding, but he did say the government here in America used tactics that were like gangster. He said real like gangster type tactics. To be a republic, we call it a democracy, but to be a republican, we supposed to man go with the flow, man. I'm hearing a lot of crazy stuff now that Trump won. We heard about the 4B. Now I'm hearing about these 4-year cruise ships.
Yeah, the cruise ships is real interesting. While Anderson looks up the information he was looking, we could touch on that real quick. We got enough time.
For sure. What you hear about it?
So apparently, which I don't know where these cruise ships come from. I don't know how big they are, but they say they have accommodations for people to, basically live on these cruise ships for a 4-year span. They were saying, of course, you're going to travel the oceans from continent to continent. I didn't look all the way into the description, like the off docking of the boat or
Yep.
whatever, but you're basically living on this cruise ship for 4 years, and it's upwards to $220,000 for the 4 years. Everything's all included, and everything's all inclusive. But I was curious, who in the hell came up with this idea?
And that price is for the average civilian.
Yeah, just to grab it.
Because I saw one for celebrities, and I believe that one was like, it started at 2 to 5 million per person.
Well, this is just a single regular civilian. It's like 216, 220, 220,000. And like if it's a married couple, it didn't say family. It didn't have a price for family.
Okay, 3
They
or 4
have a
stuff
couple.
like that.
They
Yeah.
had a couple price, and that was 319,000
So you get a discount with the couple.
of 20,000.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if it's a lot of celebrities on that, because how many average civilians going to be able to afford to take a 4-year vacation pretty much?
I
Because
mean,
that's
a
what you're
quarter.
doing.
You got to check out $250,000. I know it said what was it? I think it was 216. That's why I keep saying 220. But
Okay.
what the hell is the taxes on? I ain't never spent $216,000, so I don't know the taxes on that. So I'm gonna just say, cool, cut $250,000. Who got $250,000 sitting around to just put towards a 4-year trip?
Well, we know who do, but average civilian wise, yeah. Anderson, anything you wanted to add?
Yeah, I don't know how you work and pay for that. I saw
That's
one
what I
for
said.
like 40,000 a year, so that's 3 already right there. But I don't know how you, like I said, how you pay for that.
Even, yeah.
What about your house you was living in? Say if you
Yeah.
own a home.
Well, you rent that
I was
out.
about to just
So
say
if
that.
Maybe
you're
you could do
renting,
that.
that's
That's
one
what I
thing.
was about
There
to
you
say.
go.
If you're renting a home, because it's a lot of people still that rent apartments and homes.
But
or
when you
whatever.
got that much money,
I mean,
you usually own
mean,
something. You spending $250,000
many-
to take a 4-year vacation, because that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I mean, I don't know how great the internet is all over the ocean.
I don't know.
I know it might be good in some spaces,
Right.
but they're talking about traveling almost to every continent.
I got a question for the ladies for watching this. How do you pack for that?
Oh.
Oh, wait.
How do a lady pack for a 4-year trip? You and your lady.
Where are you gonna put on?
You know,
It's like you got to have a car dock on the boat.
bro.
You got to be able to pull your car in
No,
there
you gonna have,
and have all your clothes.
You're gonna have a 2-week switch over. You're gonna have 14 outfits.
That's
to
it.
Yeah.
You gotta rotate.
Yep.
Wow.
And
Bro, think about it.
I
What
didn't
you
even
supposed
think
to
about
put
that.
on?
the waste, they just gonna dump it in the
Just dump
ocean.
it in the ocean.
The
All the
waste from the
food that
food.
people-
Yeah, they dump
Yeah.
everything in the ocean.
Yep.
That's
It's just
crazy.
stuff that probably wasn't really thought about, and if it wasn't cared too much about.
And
It's
you
more
gotta
like,
be able to
we about to get 20,000 people on this boat, and at 200,000 a pop, who cares?
Yeah.
Where
Nah.
we dumping chicken bones.
I mean, I know we got the what you call them? The Navy, where they be all the way off in the ocean.
Like the jetliners and stuff.
That they be off on. You know, the Navy, they be on there for a long time, but they still be having people come up off that boat every 6 months, come home, and they be
But they
rotating
got-
people in
Well,
and
that's
out.
right.
Yeah,
Sure.
but they
So
got-
what you supposed
Yeah,
to do
and-
for 4 years,
But they
bro?
got planes coming in and out of there, dropping stuff off, taking stuff.
So you got to do that with the boat. So
Got
I
to.
guess maybe
Yep.
I'm sure
whatever-
they'll dock at different places. Yeah.
Close.
yeah, of
continent
course.
or-
It said that.
Yeah, but that's crazy, man. I don't know how that would go. Like, would
4
you,
years.
would you lose your mind just having to get back on that boat? All you hearing is squash, squash all the damn time, just on
4
the boat.
years.
Just no, I couldn't do it. Even if I had the money, that's weird.
Yeah, it is.
That's weird to me. Them pirates and Christopher Columbus and all the people and the Spaniards and conquistadors, they was on the waters for months and they was ending up with all of them crazy ass diseases for months. So just imagine years where people gonna start contracting.
Yeah, man. Any breakdowns, it's just gonna be trouble.
Yeah, so that sorry, I didn't mean to take that much time, but yeah, that's crazy. I did hear about those cruise ships.
I remember a couple years ago they talking about poop was coming down the walls in cruise ships. I know y'all remember when them cruise ships was, they were like backing up or something, man.
Because that was when they had the super flu out there, and everybody was stuck on the boat because they couldn't come in.
Yep.
Now everybody got the whole same flu, and everybody, oh God, Lord Jesus.
Yeah, the poo flu.
Poo flu?
That poo flu.
I was mad about that, man. You had to do too much to spend your money. There's too many requirements to spend your money. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the but yeah, with that 4-year cruise.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that don't seem like it's gonna be too comfortable, man.
And the crazy part that was advertising it, how I seen it was, if you want to get away from politics, if you want to get away from the living of the day-to-day in the United States, like it was a whole pitch like it was for Summer's Eve for women, like a tampon commercial or something. I'm like, man, what the hell? It's only going to cost this only. Geez, what's that break down to? 4 years, $220. That's a little over $50,000 basically a year. But like you said, if you're not working, how you generating this money? And if you got $250,000 just sitting, who the hell want to be cooped up on the cruise with all of them people?
It's might go to some island or something.
Yeah, we got to see if they got like helipads on here to where people can get flown off, and if they want to, we got to check more into it, bro.
Yeah,
but
you know, maybe you lost
this
a
is the
family
civilian boat.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure the celebrity boat
Yeah.
got all that stuff on it. I'm pretty sure they can jet whenever they want to. But yeah,
That's crazy.
Mr. Anderson, did you pull up the
I mean, we talked about what he said. You know, Putin is ready to work with Trump once he come into office. He called him clever, and you know, and like he was talking about with Biden. Biden just seemed to be inflaming things.
Yeah, that's what he said.
That's
for
basically
sure.
what I got from it.
Yeah, and he
as
said
far as the Putin-Trump thing.
Yeah, he said he wasn't going to be baited into a war, but he did want to show that he ain't playing.
With.
Yeah, that's why he let the
dictator,
missile off.
And it was empty,
Yep.
luckily.
And then I heard he actually called Trump and told Trump, like, I'm gonna let this missile off. Ain't nothing in it.
Right.
Okay.
But he said he didn't want the war anymore, bro. He's like, he was ready for it to end. Just go check out the press conference for anyone who hasn't seen it.
If y'all haven't been catching up on the shows, like I said a couple weeks ago, almost a month ago, North Korea came to join Russia in that war, and North Korea lost a lot of people too, coming through the door thinking they're just gonna be standing around helping, and they lost people, man. Like when you got guns and you got people, and this is your job to shoot the other person. If I see the other person, I'm gonna shoot you. It's not a game. So I wish the war would be over with anyway, because you know somebody need to be at home.
Yeah, man.
Relaxing with their family or something else outside of dodging the bullet, getting the head blown off.
We said it, you know, shows ago. It's usually over just greed or something, man. It's usually over greed or just some type of hate. It's usually religion or greed. Usually.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna just get to the simple point and the simple facts. It's usually over religion or greed. This country has a mineral or a drug or, you know what I'm saying, that I want.
Something.
I'm going to raid them for opium. I'm going to raid them for lithium, whatever they have.
They may not want to agree to terms, so, I said do this, you don't want to, all right, we'll take this.
Yep, exactly.
And that's why, you know, Trump was also meeting with the president of Mexico and the prime minister of Canada as well. Heard about that?
Yeah, something about the tariffs.
The prime minister of Canada, he went down to Florida and they was having a discussion. They said that he's the one that wanted the meeting, the prime minister from Canada. Because they had an emergency meeting last Wednesday about the tariffs.
Who is that, Trudeau?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They was a little nervous. They had to have an emergency meeting about that. So he trying to get that ironed out. And the president from Mexico, she said she already turning the caravans of the people around. She owned it. She like now she don't want to close the border. She wanted to have free tourism.
Yeah.
But she not gonna let all them criminals and stuff like that come through. That's basically what I got from her comments.
Yeah. world news, guys. Anything else? Anything else you guys want to go over? It's a lot of stuff going on right now. A lot of stuff in the entertainment world. I'll bring it up.
Yeah.
Kendrick dropped the album.
Okay.
Did y'all get to check it out?
Yes, I did. I did check it out. I listened to the whole thing, straight through, like I'm supposed to when you review the album.
When you reviewing,
You know what I'm saying? When you review the album, in case y'all forgot, you gotta listen to it all the way through. That's how you judge the album. You can't be skipping around. I don't like how the beat started. Now you gotta listen to it. So
yeah, it's a lot of switches nowadays too. So you really have to listen to
you
it.
never know. It may be 3 songs in one, so you don't want to cheat yourself. Yeah, man, the boy got talent, man. I really, he the only one that ain't sat up here and said he came off a different planet to be able to say he had the lyrical talent.
Yeah,
He's nice. I like the flavor. I like from Cali. I like the difference. Of course, they'll be having a real cool backdrop of the beat and the music, more than just like a real gritty set of beats. You know what I'm saying? Down south got the bass and it's a little more hard. And, whoop-de-whoop.
Everybody, J Moore lived in Atlanta for quite some time.
Most definitely. I really love his music selection. You know what I'm saying? He has some diversity in there. He has some, some little street here and there, some real smooth melodic. I like that one. Was it Gloria? I thought he was talking about his dang on girl and he talking about his damn pen.
Yep.
I said, man, look at that. I said, nah, I ain't heard one of them in a minute. A good metaphorical song by an artist where you think he talking about something and then in the end you find out he talking about something different. So, I mean, he was expressing his talent. Shit.
Yeah.
The boy got skill. I mean, I like it, and he's very versatile. It's not just one way. I think he got a Not Like Us 2 on there. That damn, what's that one song TV where he on?
TV off, bro.
TV off.
That when the switch dropped. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so, I mean, I like it.
Yeah.
I don't think Drake gonna like it though.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about Drake because he's suing UMG.
Yeah.
Let's let Anderson. Did you get to check out the Kendrick? What you think of it?
I mean, I didn't listen to all of the songs, man. I listened to some of the videos. Saw a couple of the videos. The TV off. I definitely remember that.
Okay.
I mean, I like some of the lyrics. I mean, I really don't. My personal opinion. I really don't go too much for the mainstream people, but
yeah.
I mean, it was cool. I saw that my comment to you was like, I'm looking at this and then I'm looking at Drake video, the No Face, and it wasn't as many views. I'm like, the people didn't say what they wanted.
Right.
That's what I said.
Okay.
The album made me feel like, bro, hip hop is back. Like it could be back. Like, what I like about Kendrick that most artists don't display is he don't gotta sell drugs and kill everybody to actually make a good song. I think he's the only rapper to win a Pulitzer Prize. Like, so.
Oh yeah, you know what else? He ain't got to pay all of the BBL girls to come back to the hotel room neither.
Yeah, man.
He don't talk about that neither. I like that.
Anderson's talking about mainstream artists.
I do like
Kendrick's mainstream, but Kendrick's not mainstream.
Yeah.
He is now. Like, he really took off this year. And he always been, every time he dropped a CD, bro, it's up there. It charts. It's up there. I feel like dude always been talented. I have a cousin from Cleveland, but moved to San Diego when we were younger. And he hit me on the K-Dot. Like, he hit me on the K-Dot before Kendrick. He came up here. He hit me on the NIP. He hit me on to a lot of the West Coast stuff.
Okay.
But, and I mean, long time ago, years and years, like I'm in my 40s now, bro. I mean, like 15, 20 years ago almost. Like, that's what my cousin was on when he was coming up here to visit. But Kendrick, he's a real lyricist. Any real lyricist is gonna be like, that album is somewhere where the game needs to go now.
I literally listened to that whole album straight through, no pause, no stop, with a female sitting right next to me. And we was both like this the whole time. Not once did either one of us like, man, change it, I ain't feeling it.
All right,
I
did.
One or two that I was like, I'm going to let it play through. This ain't like something I personally care for, but that was about it.
Yeah. It's literally like one track I don't like. I ain't gonna even lie. I didn't listen to the CD now probably about 5 times, 6 times.
Okay.
Cause you have to listen to something to actually get the vibe.
Mm-hmm.
The first time we heard the Carter 3, we was like, that CD hard, but a million hard. But we wasn't like, shoot me down and all them other, until we really sank into it. But being sank into it a quarter of the way, because I feel like there's a lot more listening to do. Just the stories, the wordplay. Kendrick's voice cadence is something people don't even catch. He can change his voice cadence like with the cadence of the beat. It's bananas, bro.
He used different elements inside the beat. I noticed that too. It don't matter if it's a snare over there or a kick over here. He rapping all in between all that.
Yeah, man. I like the CD after listening to it for a while. But yeah, like you said, man, I listened to it straight through pretty much every time. And there's one song that I just don't hit me. But the CD fire. I love it. I'm like, it's where hip hop needs to go, man. I'm tired of hearing about drug dealer that's shooting everybody, but everybody want this change and want a difference.
You see what I said? You see he ain't up there, telling girls to take it off, and I got money for you.
I mean, the Squabble Up video, there's a chick standing, but everything is subliminal.
That's from Ice-T.
Yeah,
all the way back. He was just redoing the image. That was all that was. And that's factual. He just redid that one image from his album cover, where it's Ice-T with the white suit, dude in the blue suit, or either way, and then the chick with the same kind of white leotard with the shotgun. Mm-hmm. It's just a redepiction. That's it.
Well, since we on Kendrick, man.
No, man, you said something about the boy, the Drake boy suing somebody.
Yeah, I was about to go there.
Okay.
Did you guys hear about Drake suing UMG? And that's his label. That's the label that he's released under. His music is released under.
So how I feel about it is, well, both of them under UMG.
Right. Yes, sir.
Mistaken.
Mm-hmm. That's the biggest music group or something, bro. So
at first, I thought when they said, of course, how the internet is. That's why I don't use that as my source for nothing. If I see something, I look into it to see what's real or not. But at first, it came out he's suing Kendrick Lamar, and I'm like, man, get that. We don't do that, bro. What kind of boy? We ain't never did. NWA looked like suing Ice Cube for no Vaseline. What kind of? But then when I looked into it, wasn't that he was suing them directly. He was suing the company, basically saying they gaslit the song, paid for streams, made sure that it got pushed and promoted. So, I guess he want to look at it like the company, he was trying to sue the company for defamation.
We know LeBron streamed the song probably 2 million times because Steph told him in the Olympics. I'm tired of hearing this song. He told me, I love it. Like, bro, with Not Like Us, man, I can believe the hype of Not Like Us. I've seen Asian people on TikTok dancing to Not Like Us. I've seen African, Nigerian, wherever they were from, bro, dancing to Not Like Us. That song hit the world. Drake made songs that hit the world before. So why are you surprised?
A bunch of times. I mean,
it's something about the energy of that song. It makes you want to get up and dance, just like TV off.
Yeah.
Once that song drop and you hear Mustard, you be like, oh God, boy, this goes.
I told you, man, they doing the Mustard.
Yeah, man, it's
challenge.
With like the Drakes, and even with the battle, he thought beats were gonna win the battle. You had the most fire beat. Like when I heard, it had 3 switches in it.
Man, think about Ether. How simple is Ether? Think about Ether.
It's just
Ether is simple.
When did we start suing hip hop artists? Started suing.
Boom, boom. Ether is simple, and he murdered somebody on that.
It
was the
it
lyrics.
don't matter. It's
He
the
need
lyrics.
It was the
Publicity,
lyrics,
that's what it's
man. That's put
All
the lyrics on
publicity
that
is
simple
good
beat.
publicity.
No, it's not,
That put him
because
in the news.
you ain't gone. You ruined your career. UMG owns everything. What you gonna sue them for? 2-3 billion?
I mean,
You will never make it. Like, he been releasing music on his website, not under UMG. He been just releasing music on his website. It ain't doing what UMG was doing for him.
Right.
So it's
Okay.
like, you ruined. Who does that?
I mean, I don't know. Hold on.
Can
gotta
you
look at
imagine
it.
Pac and Big like, man, I'm suing him, man. He said he messed my wife, my fat mother. Like,
You heard what I said?
Come on,
NWA
bro.
and Ice Cube was back. You know,
he wasn't hip hop ever. He wasn't hip hop. That ain't what hip hop does. Everybody was saying, old boy was a culture vulture.
Oh man,
He hopped on everybody's stuff to stay relevant.
You know, I would never know Drake fan
Yeah, yeah.
because I knew he was an actor from the beginning.
Yeah, you the one who told me about the grass.
I will say
you told
this,
me
though.
about that.
People don't bowl too well suing them big companies, bro.
We just
Yeah.
saying what happened to Diddy, man.
You
Yeah.
seen what happened to Diddy?
Yeah.
What's the other dude that seen what happened to Bill Cosby?
Yep.
Tried to buy that. And who else? You seen what happened to Michael Jackson trying to
Yep.
buy Sony?
Sony.
That's a good point.
I mean, you don't bowl too well with these big companies, man. Trying to either front on them, put them on blast, or sue them. And usually that all 3 of them go in it because you put them on blast to sue them because you're suing them, so you put them on blast, and it don't work out well.
It just seemed like to me the only thing that he could do. Like I said, all publicity, you get somebody, looking to see what you're doing.
Kanye
Yeah.
is smooth.
Even if they dismiss the case or something like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, 50 went through it.
50
He got to
went
talk
through
about
it.
Jimmy Iovine.
Yeah.
It was over with.
With that Interscope
Like,
situation.
Game thought he was. Jimmy Iovine was like, you ain't even nowhere near 50. Like,
I think
peace.
Kanye kind of slid
He
with
did
the
too.
Adidas because he was
Not
able
even
to like
them.
double back almost.
It was with the
but-
music
but-
labels too.
Yeah,
he
man,
did
but-
with the labels too.
So you just don't do too well. So hey man, hopefully it work out for him.
He better be suing them for billions because that's the only way you gonna be set for life,
It's
and
gonna
you
have to
better
be
have
2
the
to 3
proof.
billion.
And then he probably have the proof because they did it for him. If they did it for Kendrick, they did it for him. So he probably got the proof if there is proof. But yeah, man, you better be suing them to be set for life because your career over. You gonna have to turn into an actor.
Yeah.
Okay,
Back into one.
Yeah.
When he was releasing all of his diss tracks that he came out with after motherfuck the big 3, nigga, it's just been-
Drive.
Was
drive.
he releasing that on his own stuff or was that through UMG?
Yeah, it was all UMG, bro.
So when he was dissing Kendrick after he made that he dropped that bar on that what's the name with
That
Future,
song was hard.
yeah, but I'm saying, so you trying
Not
to tell
that
me
one.
Kendrick dropped a song with Future, where he said, after Big 3, then Drake putting out his songs. That was through UMG.
Yeah, both of them still was through UMG.
So they was so let me get stupid. So they was pushing your disses too.
Yeah,
So I'm having a little dumb moment. How you gonna really be mad at them for pushing? If everybody music came out and everybody heard it, people, like he said, people picked what they wanted.
Yeah.
because my fire diss.
Oh shit.
The
Okay.
one.
Okay.
With the 3 switches.
Okay.
That's the hardest track for. I was like, boy, I thought he won when I heard that. And it lasted 10 minutes. I was like, this dude really dropped right after Drake, bruh. Yeah, man. But when I heard that, I was like, he was coming too.
Mm-hmm.
He showed he could be lyrical.
Oh,
he
yeah.
was coming.
I don't know if somebody was writing it or he was. Either way, they was getting to work.
Well, I don't know, man. A lot of artists don't mess with artists once they find out they don't write. That's one thing Marshall said.
But he was
said
in the
he
fight.
knew Kendrick
And
was a top-notch lyricist.
And you telling me UMG was pushing out Drake's diss songs that we all heard as well?
Yeah, but when you hear, oh God, Family Ties, Family Ties. When you hear that song, and the song do 20, 30 million, like smack it, and then not like us do 90 million, you gonna be like, nah, man.
Yeah.
I gotta correct you, Jay Moore.
Well, miss.
UMG was not pushing out this track.
That right? 'Cause
Oh,
I
we
was
wasn't?
trying to ask.
They wasn't?
Okay, so it was off of his separate.
They weren't. See, the first diss track that was pushed by a label was the song with Metro Future, and that was the first diss track.
Okay,
was
so
pushed.
that was-
that one was on Spotify, iTunes, all that.
Okay.
After that, they started dissing on their own, on
Platforms
YouTube.
through their own.
Oh, okay.
Right,
All right.
That's what I was trying to
All
figure
right.
out. Okay.
Then, Not Like Us dropped on the platform.
Got it. That was
Okay.
through UMG.
That was through UMG.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Got
All
it.
right.
Okay. I was just, but now.
So is that what he mad about? But
Yeah, he gotta
I'm
be
not
mad.
understanding. He putting that stuff out on his YouTube channels, trying to see what's going to hit. Basically, it seemed like to me.
No, it was a battle. So
Yeah.
on YouTube, I don't have to go through the labels
Yeah.
if I'm not gonna
Approval.
If-
or
yeah,
nothing
yep.
like that.
Yep, put it on my
Oh,
CD.
I
like,
got you.
Yep.
It's a battle.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
But
got you.
if you guys want, to
Was
be
back to back
specific
on UMG?
about it, the reason Drake is suing is because, like Sparks said, they pretty much do the same thing for everybody. But
Mhm.
Drake was in the midst of negotiations and things of that nature for a new deal with UMG.
UMG, Nike, a lot of people.
Oh, here we go.
Yep.
Here we
Okay.
go.
UMG used it to
As
push,
leverage.
exactly.
Okay.
Push Kendrick up, push him down,
Yep.
so they could devalue him.
Okay.
There we go.
So that's why he's not suing Kendrick.
So-
It's not a Kendrick thing, but he is suing for defamation. as
Future.
well.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I was going to go over that. So Future, the Metro Boomin CD, is that under UMG?
I don't know if Future's on. I don't know if
That,
Metro
that
is
like
on
that.
UMG. Yeah, I don't know if
Okay.
they're on UMG for it. I can look, but I don't think so.
Okay.
But
So
it
that
might-
back to back, was that through
Yeah, 'cause
UMG
Back to
when-
Back was on
when
one of
Drake
Drake's
was
CDs?
tearing Meek Mill ass apart?
Yeah, ain't Back to Back on one of
That
Drake's
was
CDs?
definitely on the album.
Yeah.
That was through UMG.
So,
I mean, Drake sued Degrassi. So come on, bro. He tried to sue Degrassi, bro,
To get out the wheelchair.
to get out the wheelchair.
Wheelchair.
We're not doing that.
So it's like, come on, man.
That's why I
Like-
never bought him as a rapper, man. And he knew it too. That's why he sued him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did think it was weird though. when
I want
first
Alan to
heard
get us
that
this
he was,
info. We'll move on.
on the TV show at first when I first.
But
heard
yeah,
about that.
Drake is also suing Kendrick for defamation.
Okay. Of which
For
part?
the
There's a lot of stuff he
it could be
said.
the minor or the certified PDF file.
I mean, but he said, he
Oh.
definitely said
Yeah.
other stuff.
He's suing because of the pedophile line because
Yep.
UMG knew that line was in that song and they released it anyway. And they knew it was going to be detrimental to his career.
Well, they
Right.
he should just be suing them then.
That's what he's saying.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Like
He
Al
told
said.
him-
Like
he
Al
told him
said.
to sue Kendrick Lamar,
Yeah.
and he said, "No, I'm suing
Suing
you."
y'all.
Yeah, if he sue Kendrick, he's gonna be in trouble because Kendrick got some information. He's not gonna sue Kendrick.
Right.
I mean, there's no reason to sue Kendrick. Kendrick didn't do it.
Yeah, they the ones that released.
They
it.
released it.
Yeah.
Right, Kendrick didn't do
They-
it.
Well, he defamed his character. He defamed his character, so he has
That's
the
why I
right
knew
to.
something was up when
But-
he went after UMG and not directly Kendrick. I'm like, because that didn't make no sense. But Nas,
Yeah.
Nas coming on
Yeah.
too.
They
Mhm.
used that
For it
as
to make better
leverage
sense.
for him to take probably a smaller deal or something, and he didn't probably want to do it. Obviously.
And
Yeah.
he just the last deal he had was $400 million.
Mhm.
So you know the next deal was gonna be 6 to 8.
Exactly.
Easy, easy,
Right.
easy.
Yeah, that's
So
ridiculous.
that's that's so far that's the information that has came out. I get most of my information from DJ Academics.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't
shit.
mess with Act. I mess with Act a little bit.
But DJ Academics, he
Act like the Kendrick album. I watched his reaction
I
to it.
didn't. I'm
He's-
not a
he's-
Kendrick fan,
he-
so I didn't really like the album.
Well, yeah, I was gonna ask you, Alan, since we asked everybody else.
I felt it was, to me, it was boring. But I feel like to me Kendrick is a boring rapper. Like I've never really been a Kendrick fan.
Is Andre 3000 boring?
Hell no. But that's Andre 3000. I personally would never equate Andre 3000 to Kendrick Lamar.
He's like a baby
I would
Dre.
never be like, oh, yo, Kendrick is like Andre. Hell no.
He's like the closest
Because in
thing
my
to
opinion-
Dre if Dre was rapping.
In my opinion, a lot of the stuff that Kendrick talks about, to me, is it's like he's trying to be like that. He's trying to be cool. He's trying to be a cool activist, I guess, in so many words. And it's like I'm all for it, but it to me it doesn't transition to the music. Like it's kind of like I don't mind you doing poetry, and you know if you want to be a poet and you want to do spoken word, then that's what I want to hear you do. Spoken word where you know saying the things that you know are going to make an impact, and you're saying things that you know what I'm saying. But when you try to put that spoken word over beats, that shit don't hit for me, because that's what he sounds like to me. Spoken word over beats, and it's just like. Nah, I wasn't feeling that. Now the song Reincarnated, I felt was probably the best song on there, and that's because I'm a Tupac fan, and I felt like
That man.
you know, he kind of channeled that Tupac kind of feel, but at the same time, I was just still listening to it like this nigga sound boring. You know what I'm saying? Like this just, I like it, I like the sample and everything, but it's not pop. It didn't give me that pop feel at all. It was just like Kendrick Lamar trying to rap like Tupac. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like. I ain't saying he missed, but I just feel like that.
Yeah, that's.
And I'm not a West Coast nigga either.
That's the issue.
In my opinion, that album was a West Coast album.
It was definitely.
Period.
You heard what I
That
said
was a
earlier.
West
That
Coast
shit was all
album,
West
nigga.
Coast.
That's
That-
all it was.
I
There
mean,
was no
that's what they
fucking
do.
East Coast.
I mean, I understand the
when
West
40
Coast.
Water dropped, bro.
Oh, man.
Even
Sprinkle.
when you heard
Sprinkle.
In a Major Way.
Mm-hmm.
When that CD dropped, bro, that ain't nothing nowhere near East on that. And ain't 40 don't drop nothing with really, everything is West Coast. It all make you want to go dumb, hyphy, whatever they go on now. That's just they swag, bro. That's why you don't really, you gotta find somebody on the East Coast that's gonna holler at Dr. Dre to even get one of them West Coast type sounds and vibes, bro. You right. It's straight West Coast
But
for
like
sure.
You would say he was lyrical on that.
Yeah,
I don't
bro.
think
He
was
went through 3
But
lifetimes.
though,
I listened to it.
No,
He
but listen, I
spoke
listen
about
to it.
coming here through
But
3
listen,
lifetimes
Listen what I'm-
from
listen what I'm
somebody.
but listen to what I'm about to tell you. He said on that album himself that this ain't about to be no lyrical shit. He said that on the album
At the
himself.
beginning of the song, he was talking about that song. That
Wasn't that the
song
first
he was
song?
talking about.
Wasn't
That's
that the
Whacked
first
Out
song?
Mirrors.
That
He's
was the first
saying
song
on
on the
that
album.
song, this song ain't lyrical. I'm getting to the point on this song. That's what he's saying
I
about
felt
that
like the whole
song.
album wasn't lyrical.
Oh, wait.
I felt like that was. I felt
Even
yeah,
Gloria,
I
like
felt
you
that
said.
was I felt like that was the disclaimer for the whole album.
No, he was saying on that song. I got what he was
You
saying.
can say it that way. He didn't make it. He didn't make it specific. He didn't say, "Yo, don't worry about no lyrics on this song." He didn't say.
And it
that.
might be his most
Feel me?
least lyrical album.
I'm just
Actually,
saying. He
it
didn't say-
might
He
be.
didn't specify it was for
But
the
he
song.
goes.
Gloria
He just
was
said-
lyrical.
I already
You
know.
looking for
That
some lyrical
Gloria,
shit,
man.
nigga? This ain't that. Or some
Well,
shit.
that-
Nah, he was talking about
Gloria.
Whacked Out Miracle.
That kind of turned me off
Miracles.
to the whole album though. Because
Yeah.
I'm like,
I understand giving you the
Yep.
wrong energy.
Yep.
Like we were saying the word choice. He told you this ain't lyrical, so you're like, I don't know what to look for.
Yep.
So if it ain't surprising and upbeat to you, like, well,
It ain't
he
lyrical.
told me already.
Not to me, that nigga wasn't. I mean, maybe it was lyrical to niggas on the West Coast.
How many
West Coast
songs is
lyrical.
it on there?
You know what I'm
12.
saying?
12, yeah, it's
Okay.
not a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and check it out.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
goes.
it didn't catch my ear like I feel what Alan's saying, but I'm gonna have to go back and like listen to
No, I
it.
listened to
more.
it 3 times, man. I wrote
I
to it. I
didn't.
tried
That's
to
what
give
I'm
it a chance, nigga.
The
Like,
Gloria
let me see what I
is
can-
the lyrical one for me because
Let me see
he.
what
I
I
thought he
can
was
listen
talking about
to.
Man,
something
I
else.
deserve it. Oh, that CD.
That
He
Gloria.
is not
bro.
better than Nipsey Hussle, dog.
Nipsey
Which
Hussle
one? The
was
Victory?
more,
What's that?
yeah.
Victory
Nipsey
Lap?
Hussle was more
He was West Coast.
He was
though.
more party music though,
yeah.
bro.
He was West
Nipsey
Coast.
was more party music.
But I feel
There's
like-
a certain type of
But
music.
the things
Hip hop
that-
and party
not
music
just the
different.
party music though, but the things that Nipsey said, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, I fuck with that,
gravitated
too.
with me more. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
Like, I promise you, man. I'm just, the nigga dropped every 4 or 5 years, and I just have never, like, that's never been any, like, I want to hear a nigga. The people that I listen to them niggas. Them niggas drop something every fucking year. Them niggas is dropping something all the time. Like they're always reinventing themselves. They're always dropping new shit. Every you know what I'm saying? And this nigga drops every 4 years and expects me to.
All right, so what's your favorite Kendrick album?
Bro, honestly, I listen to his albums maybe when they come out.
Okay.
Once or twice.
All right.
And that'd be that. Like he has no replay value in my car at all.
Oh yeah, see.
Unless
Damn is one of the hardest
like the
CDs
song,
ever.
What was it?
Ever.
Poetic Justice.
Damn is one of the hardest
Yeah, I
CDs
remember
ever.
that.
That's
Yeah.
probably was that on the damn CD? Poetic Justice.
Nah, was it?
Oh.
I don't know. It might have been. Love Me, I think, was on
You
there.
hear that drown song? Drink, throw up, pull up, drink. Like the only
That
song
wasn't
I'm-
like that was one of my
the only
least
songs I'm
favorite
really hip
songs.
to with Kendrick Lamar are his radio songs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like nobody around me plays Kendrick Lamar.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody
I'm with
does.
you on
Nobody
that
comes
one,
over
man.
like, nigga, you hear that new Kendrick Lamar? But plus, he only drops every 4 fucking years.
Mhm.
So how, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
I'm with you.
So, you know, and then, you know, even with Drake saying that, you know, he doesn't, because in the in the shit, it does say that Spotify lowered some shit, but Drake feels like, honestly, that they pushed Kendrick Lamar's views up so high and took away from him. And in my opinion, I kind of feel the same way. And the reason being is because he only drops every 4 years. Like, nigga,
Well, if the nigga ain't that talented, it shouldn't have worked.
And then
It
people are
shouldn't
like,
have worked.
Well, no, people are like, oh, nigga, Not Like Us was playing everywhere. Not here, it wasn't. And even if it was playing in the club, because I'm in the clubs, I played it a couple times. But when I played it, I might have streamed it off Spotify or something like, because I got Tidal. So when I'm in the DJ, I'm DJing through Tidal. So I'm spinning this shit through Tidal. But I'm going to tell you, majority of DJs, they don't spin through Tidal and Spotify. They got their own shit and they play your shit off their shit. So you don't get no spin. All you get is listen to in the club, but you don't get no spin. You feel me? So you can't be like, oh, nigga, I heard it all in the clubs. Well, that's all. The only clubs that the spins are going to count is clubs who are registered with ASCAP or BMI,
Right.
and most clubs are not.
Right.
They're not sending in what the DJs are playing so niggas can get their spins. They're not doing that because it costs money. Every fucking year you got to pay thousands of dollars for your license to play music.
Yeah.
Like, it's really illegal to be playing music in the club without a license.
Right,
But
right,
niggas
right.
do it all day, every day. You see what I'm saying? So, this nigga has damn near 1 billion streams on Not Like Us, bro. And that's a lot of fucking streams. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of fucking streams, bro. And we can't say
You could go
that
look
it's
up
not-
Gucci Gang.
We know
That
it's
Lil
some-
Pump dude. I swear he was close to 1 billion views on YouTube. Like it.
We
I
know,
don't
listen,
know.
I'm not gonna say, but that's YouTube. This is Spotify.
I know.
He doesn't have 1 billion streams on YouTube. See, that's something else that niggas be looking at. He ain't got 1 billion streams on YouTube. He has them on Spotify. And Spotify is unfortunately the weakest platform when it comes to buying fake streams. You feel me? So I'm not saying Drake ain't do it. We all know Drake did it. You know what I'm saying? All these big artists do it.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is, how much did you do it? You know what I'm saying? That's what we want to see.
I think
How
UMG
much
did
did
it.
you do?
I don't think.
Right,
I don't think he did
I
it.
know it ain't him.
It ain't
Shit,
him.
it's
I know a
definitely
real one when I
UMG.
see a real one. But Alan was
No,
right.
I don't think
He
Kendrick did
had
it.
he had two.
No, it was UMG.
He did have a space between 2 CDs that was 4 years, but he usually dropped like within every 2 years. But he did have a 4-year gap. But Mr.
So
Morale,
he usually drop every 2 years?
yeah, Mr. Morale, fire. Damn, that's one of my top 5
Mr. Morale's the
CDs.
last one he dropped, right?
Yeah,
I think I listened to that. I think I heard a couple.
Damn is one of my top 5. Like, it's gonna be in my top 5. Probably pot. Damn. Yeah, I will go over top 5s. But yeah, man, let's move on, man. Let's move on. Let's talk about this Earth thing we wanted to go over before we end the show, man.
Okay.
I guess I'll go around the room here. I'll start with Alan. Cuzzo. Didn't talk to you about this, so I really don't know your opinion.
Oh, shit.
Do you think the Earth is flat, or are we on a globe? I want a conspiracy theory the guys and I wanted to go over.
Okay. You know, I personally feel like
I made him think, guys.
I feel like it's flat, but
Okay.
you know, all the research and all the studies have shown, as well as these pictures from outer space and things of that nature, show that it's round. So, you know, it's hard to. The reason that I feel like it's flat, and this is where I get my reasoning from, because I had a friend of mine. She was on an ayahuasca trip.
Okay.
And she drank some, she did the ayahuasca and shit, and she said she could literally see the grids when she looked up at the sky. She could see grid lines in the sky. And I was like, word? She was like, yeah. She like, shit. So I gotta try some ayahuasca.
Like a computer simulation or something.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
But yeah, so when she told me that, you know, and I know she's not lying, it was just like, oh, okay, so it is something more that, you know, that our brain isn't picking up. You know what I'm saying? So, you know. So yeah, I'm not the type of person that's gonna argue with a nigga about it. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody be like, nigga, it's round. I'm like, all right, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It ain't
that's
that important to be
Like,
going back and
I understand.
forth.
Like, I get it. You know what I mean? I got a little feeling, but hey, you know, everybody else, you know, this is what they teach you in school. So,
Yeah.
I understand.
Mr. Anderson, I'm gonna ask you.
Yeah. You know I don't trust the schools, brother.
You know,
What you think?
They're run by the government.
Round, globe, flat. What you thinking, big bro?
Flat with a dome. That's what they used to teach us in Sunday school. It's a firmament.
Firmament.
Yeah.
You beat me
That's
too.
what they taught us. So that's what I go off of. The school, they teach you stuff that ain't really gonna help you in life.
So we're in a globe, but it would be more
Like a
snow
snow
globe-ish.
globe. Yeah, that's what I
Without
think.
the major rotation.
That's what I think. Every time you see a rocket go up, it go like that.
And curve.
It don't go straight
Straight
up,
up.
And out the atmosphere. When the billionaires spent all that money to go into space, they was in space for 15 seconds. Come on. man.
What was it? Lower orbit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why they take them all the way out there, circle around the moon, and come back? You done paid however billions of millions. You know what I'm saying?
Great point.
You know, they went to the moon. They brought back video. They beamed video from the moon, and my cell phone go out when I go under a bridge, bro. Now in 2024.
He said now.
Come on, man.
Jay Moore. Flat, globe. What you thinking?
I'm gonna say flat. You know, I'm an ancient text guy. I told you I'm retarded with my history, so it's too many books.
Yeah.
It's too many scriptures. Tens and tens and tens of thousands of years ago that describe the earth not being globe. You know, you go to the book of Enoch. I mean, that's one of the simpler ones that y'all can go through. When he said he was taken up, he looked at the sun, he looked at the moon, he looked at the stars inside the firmament. And when he looked down, he seen the four corners of the earth on its pillars. All right. Yeah, I mean, there's different descriptions of the ends of the earth that are concealed. Like you said, it's like a snow globe from what they say. And if it's on the axis, everybody, if it's a globe spinning, what globe is spinning on pillars?
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, I disagree with everybody. Earth is round. Let me quit. No, I believe
round
it's
on top.
I believe
Look,
it's
it's round on
flat.
top.
Yep. I believe we are in a firmament I believe there is some truth to the Helios Biblios that they've released to us all, Holy Bible. So I do believe there is some truth to it, some truth.
Yeah.
They're going to give you some truths. You can watch movies. They're going to give you some truth. You can watch cartoons. But I believe we are enclosed inside of a dome, snow globe, somewhat type structure. I believe outer space is outside the ice walls. We're not going through the firmament. You either have to go
inside.
you either have to go under the ocean, deep as you can into the ocean, or travel outside of the ice walls to hit outer space. I don't believe none of the NASA pictures. I don't believe the moon landing. How the hell the cameraman get up there before Neil and them? Like, he up there set up everything, right? Then Neil hop off.
Before
it's like,
Neil get out.
yeah, man. It's like, so you were not the first man there. The cameraman was.
Yeah.
And it's like, he should have
don't
had the
even know
camera
his
on
name.
him first. We don't know his name.
Yeah.
I was going to say that as well. He should have did a selfie first, then turned on them. And, yeah, man, we were lied to, man, with the compulsory education system.
Yeah.
We were taught certain things. We did have books from the 70s, but they did convert over to a newer edition as we got older, bro.
Oh, I got one for you. I just remembered. I've been sitting up here. I ain't mean to interrupt you. I've been trying to remember this. It was an elder lady's name. When me and my family finally moved from the previous home that we were in, when I was a child, we moved on the street 132nd back in 1989, and there was a lady across the street that stayed with her son. This lady was 100-something years old, and her son was in his 80s. Her son was basically her caretaker. And, my stepfather was always, helping older people, so he was always across the street helping the son and the mother. And, of course, he would drag my little ass over there, bring your ass over here and get to helping. And, just talking with the son, who was in his early 80s, and her, she was in her early 100s. This woman said when she was in school, and he did too, that the earth was flat. Yeah. They were taught in school.
What's that map? The Mercator map? That's the one that made the earth round, I think, or something. Global.
But that was before, like, Rockefeller and them took over the school program.
Yeah.
I think that was like in the 20s or the 30s.
Yeah,
so
all the
they was in
ancient
school before that.
And one of the earlier reasons why they did that, because they wanted to change how to look at a map instead of it being flat.
Yeah.
So they wanted to.
Now they say that, but no, that was all a part of the plan to change the perception of what we thought of the earth.
Picture, Universal's movies pictures, when they come up, they got the picture of the globe.
Right.
Yep.
How did they have a vision of this busted up looking ass globe before they even had the ability to go up there and land?
They started making movies
on
in the 1920s. They didn't have no pictures of what it looked like.
Yep.
Come on, bro. And then you just made this. Okay.
Yeah, man. I mean, people with sense.
There was sailing maps that showed you like where certain pieces of land was, but you didn't know what the whole thing was.
No, and there were actual artworks because they didn't know what to call these places, so they would draw the animals from these continents because they didn't know what the continent was called.
Right.
So they would draw the animals on the continent on the map and say this animal was here, this animal was only in this space, this animal is from this country, this area, or whatever. I'm sorry, but all the maps were flat. They drew them in flat depictions, bro. Like, and everybody want to say because, oh man, they were selling and they went, man.
I still want to know how people do cartography, bro, because how do you do that?
Because we were flying.
I don't give a damn what how big. Look, because no matter how big of a ship you in, if you bordering the coast of Africa, you not gonna be able to say, "Oh, it's shaped like
curve
this.
right here like that."
You're not gonna be able to do that.
No, we were
flying. You hopping off the ship and you measuring every few miles. That's a good question.
Exactly.
To do cartography, you have to.
Tartaria, everyone. We'll talk about it in the future.
Maybe you don't. I don't know how to do cartography, but I know to be a cartographist, you draw maps. And to be able to draw a map, you need to have an aerial
view.
How the hell? So Yeah, cartography is a mystery. I'm gonna have to do some research on that too.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Who did the first
That's a
snap?
good point.
Man,
Whoever did the first snap,
was
'cause I need to
flying,
know.
they either got in a balloon or they got in one of them beetle contraptions, you know, because they say something about them beetle wings and beetle feathers actually got levitation powers and abilities. But yeah, I guess that's gonna be the show for today, guys. Anything else?
It was
in
the
particular?
dung beetle, to be specific.
See, he breaks it down. Anything in particular you guys want to go over before we leave here? I think we ran through everything. I had a couple more topics, but you know, we're gonna always do that.
Yeah, because I was ready for that one too. I was looking at one on your pad. But
Yeah, one topic I had was AOC. They're talking about her running 2028.
Yeah.
But you know, if she's running, there's time to talk about it. So
Yeah, she chose to run because she's the youngest.
She don't seem too bright.
we'll talk about it. I mean,
God damn.
as time goes on, we'll find out if she's gonna run or not. So, but Anderson hilarious.
We're gonna see. Young girl from the Bronx.
We gonna talk about we'll talk a little bit about the spells and the grammar and the grimoire next week. That'll be a conspiracy theory, which I believe is a truth that we'll talk about next week. I'll bring it up while we're on right now, so the people know. Y'all like that?
Yeah, and then y'all could have some time to look into it as well.
Yep.
You know, that way you'll get a little more up to speed on what
we're talking about. Yep. You know, just the language we use, the English language we use, it casts spells on you. You know, like weekends and weekdays and morning, just stuff like that, guys. You say good morning every morning. I don't. I say grand rising or
Try to get out of that. Those bad habits they taught us.
But yeah, it's nothing good about mourning. That's usually when you're dealing with the loss or.
And a lot of persuasive negativity in sentences we use with each other. Certain choice things like I don't want to, I'm not going to, why? You know, certain things like that. You throw your whole balance off with that because what you're naturally supposed to be doing, what you're deterring from, you throw your whole body off.
Yeah.
They really do.
Yeah, so that's something we'll go over next week. I wanted to just throw it out there to the guys. I'm pretty sure Alan probably will look into it a little bit too. He have some input for it. But we're going to get out of here, man. So we hope everybody have a beautiful rest of their path. It's Saturday here for us. But we hope everybody, continue to have a nice, 7-day path here.
7-day path.
And hope everybody's energy's on a good level. Everybody's frequencies, on a good level and vibrating high. And everybody's giving and receiving the love that we all need and deserve. We love you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you guys every week. Please like, comment, subscribe. Leave any comments, topics that you guys want us to talk about.
Definitely.
We would love that.
Any feedback, we love it as well.
But we're going to get out of here, man. Enjoy your next 7-day path until we see you guys again. Black Minds out.
All right.